already attached everything up. That's because experience being, you know, what it is, I am more than confident that everything's going to work out just fine. Just moving this thing along a little bit. Hopefully that will sort itself out too. Nah, not sorting itself out well enough, I don't think. Doesn't matter, we can sort that out. Let's get it done. Come on, you can do this. So at any rate, I said that the title of this live stream is Opals that say go hard or go home, and I mean it, because these are opals that are either going to win or lose. There is no middle ground for these guys. So what I'm just doing is I'm just turning on the water stream as well as the live stream. That is an encouraging sign. You can't see the encouraging sign, I can. I'm just going to dry up the stream a little bit. Dry up the stream, dry up the stream, dry up the stream, dry up the stream, dry up the stream. Come on, a little bit drier, a little bit drier. It's always always a little bit too much, I reckon. Come on, get in there, that's the way. I think that's, we're getting there. That's about perfect. Right, now, let me just try and get that right onto the, oh, that's so perfect. Okay, next thing to do, just plug the soundy doovie in, and then I will test the sounds, and then I think we're ready to go. How cool is that? Soundy doovie in. Checking live stream. Let's do it. There we go. Plus, no, me. Just trying to new channel. Oh, there you go. It's actually working. Haha. I think that's the closest I've ever gotten to perfection. So the only problem is I can see that this will be a problem, an issue slightly, ever so slightly. I'm just going to twist it round. Hopefully that will solve it. Do not rotate the device. Are you joking? Hang on for a second. There we go. The final bastion of all of this is just getting the stream just perfect. It's just being a little bit stubborn. I think that's where we are. We're done. So I'll just pop this over here. Everything seems to be working now. I'm sure it will work for the rest of time. I've got a whole stack of opals. What I've decided to do is I have entitled the live stream Opals that say go hard or go home, and I mean it. So this one, let me give you as an example. Beautiful little opal here, and I'll just bring it right up to the, if I can. There's an awful lot of stuff in the way now, but there we go. Bring it right up so you can see. So this guy here is really good, but painfully thin. So I'm either going to get it right or we're going to cry. We're all going to cry like little babies, but that's okay. That's what you want to see in a live stream, isn't it? So once again, have a look at the edge here. So once again, we've got an opal here, which is really, really good, technically speaking. Turn it up on the side here. It's facing entirely the wrong way. So there is only two options for these opals. Two options. And those options are win or lose. There is no try. There is no in between. There is none of that. So these two opals are going to be extraordinarily fun to have a crack at. And it just keeps going. I've got it. I've just got some shaping up to do with some dop sticks. That's okay. This one here, maybe they'll fly off the dop stick or do something, you know, hard Oh, yeah, man, hard stuff. Okay, stopping with that. So I've got another one here. Here's another example. This is an offcut from a previous cut, but it is a brilliant opal, but it just needs to be very carefully dealt with. So I've got that one. I'll put that over there. I'll put these over here so you can see all the opals. Now the other thing we're going to do, once we've done a few of these, I've got a few Mintabees, because Mintabee are absolutely awful. I've got a few of these ones. These are wood opals. Now wood opals are notoriously hard to cut. Basically, if I get through all of that sand, brilliant, it'll be great. If I don't get through all of that sand, I'll be through to the other side and there will be dust, no opal. Go hard or go home. The other thing I've got here is just one of these guys. It's just a square piece of Cooper opal, and you can just see the pattern emerging, but if the pattern doesn't emerge, there's nothing there. So go hard or go home. Right, got this guy here. Actually, that's a pretty good opal. That's just a go hard opal, I reckon. It's just a bit too small. But I've got a few here that I'm trying to show you, which I've got sitting in my little pile of opals that I wanted to do today. I'll hold that for a second. That's shell opal. Here they are, here they are, here they are. Okay, here's one. This is just basically a whole heap of opal sitting in some rock that might be potch, or it might be actually what we call a matrix framework. So that one, no idea. Go hard or go home. Got this one here, another painfully thin one, but you should see the colours on it. Painfully thin, but colours of extraordinary beauty. If I can actually get the thing to understand that I'm trying to talk to you. There we go. When you're trying to sort it all out, what you say is sometimes technically what they refer to as gibberish. But yeah, the colours there, I think you're just going to have to believe me. The colours there are absolutely stunning. Go hard, go home. Try and put it there in such a way that you'll see the colours. Maybe, maybe not. See the colours. As you can see, these opals are all sitting there going, raw, I don't like you. We're going to just do opal-y things until you're not happy with me. More wood opal, that's not what I'm after. Go hard or go home though. So, here, where is it? There they are, all right. Found them at long last. These are all in a category that we refer to as knobbies, and I'm just bringing them out, trying to find all of them. That one is, that one is, that one is, and one I think is, so, you know. Actually, technically, I think this one's a knobby too, but it's a squished one. Don't know what it's going to bring me. Go hard or go home. This one here, I happen to know these ones really, really well. They, it's a knobby of a form that I really like, and you can see just a little bit of colour poking through. So if that works, it's going to work really well, or it's just going to be harder. Go home, go hard or go home. This one here, straight out knobby. You can see some colour just shining through a little bit. Quite a large P knobby actually. That would be a carat or better. And if it's a good one, that'll be absolutely stunning. But it could just fall flat on its face. So go hard or go home. Here's another knobby. This one is a fractured knobby, but it's a knobby nonetheless. You can see there's all sorts of colour sitting around there. It's possibly got sand going all the way through it, so go hard or go home. Oh, people are talking. Well, yes, I do like dogs. What's your name? Potato Dodge. Okay. Hello, welcome to the live stream. I've also got some birds which I normally talk about. Sounds like a beginning of a pickup line or something. Did it hurt when this pickup line failed? So this is another knobby. Try and give you some kind of context for it. There's some colours shining through it. We'll see how that goes. I'll have to tell you whether it's good or bad, because, you know, cameras. Okay, so this one is also another knobby. Once again, it's absolutely shot through with sand. So it's there because it's a knobby, so I can't see any colour in it, but it might have colour in it once you get through the sand. Or it might just be sand. Go hard or go home. This is a final piece of knobby. So this guy has got just the tiniest amount of colour sitting on it. It's a good knobby should it work. Go hard or go home. Finally, this one is a piece of wood opal. Right here. Beautiful piece of wood opal. Absolutely tiny. It's faced incorrectly, as most of them are, so go hard or go home. Let's move them all over here so you can see them. I'll have to move them back once the machine starts up. One final one, chunk of Cooper Pedy opal. These are always a little bit fun to do on my system because they might shatter, especially at high RPM. So it's definitely a case of go hard or go home with that one. So with that, let's start with the Cooper Pedy one, and then we'll move on to this guy when we're done. Here comes the fun. Let the games begin. So as I mentioned, this first one we're starting off with is a Cooper Pedy opal. They are not necessarily considered to be the most valuable, but they're certainly no slouch. I don't know if people use the word slouch in Australianisms elsewhere in the world. So sorry if I'm saying words that leave no footprints in your mind. But what I'm doing at the moment is just, I'm considering going against tradition and just freeforming this guy, although there is a bit there should be smooth. It's okay to go freeform so long as it's an attractive shape. Even if it's a standard shape, so long as it's something that you can pop into a gem kind of setting. Currently just detaching the back a bit, making it nice and smooth. Well, the back looks nice. Then on the front's better than the back, or the back's better than the front. You know, words. Not quite there, are you? There we go. Right. So at the moment there was absolutely no issues with this. I thought there'd be more. There weren't. It just cut itself straight away. Beautiful. Think of a chunk of shell opal too, which tends to be lovely and iridescent and all the words that people use to describe good things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quit while I'm ahead here. That's a pretty simple cut. And I'm going to drop that. I might have to just hang on. Just got to carve the side away a bit. So I don't want to do too much of that. Well, congratulations. That one went hard. It didn't go home. So 1-0. So look at this guy. I certainly hope that this guy does not disappoint. The first question I've got to ask myself is which side do I cut? Because this side's good, this side's good. So when you're always faced with a dilemma like this, what you do is you cut what is necessary. So there's a jagged edge here, That edge has to be cleaned up, so let's get rid of it. Sometimes in the cleaning up of the jagged edge, I'm just going to cut that literally off. It didn't work as well as I was hoping. Sometimes in the course of doing that, the right course of action just makes itself obvious to you. I've got to get rid of that. Okay, so this section is eliminating itself. I'm wondering whether I need to cut that section off. What I'll do is I'll grind it from here and let it make the choice for me. Well, oh well, oh well. Okay, so now the dilemma here is, this opal is so much better on this side. Okay, so what I've got to do, I think that the edge here is just not doing it justice. We've got two qualities of opal. We've got reasonable opal on this side, we've got absolute stunning on this side. So what we'll do is we'll just cut our losses here. One thing that I've been talking about with opals, and I'm not necessarily an expert on this, another opal cutter, just like everybody else when you look at opal cutters, so I'm not claiming any special wisdom or expertise. That was nuts. Not claiming any particular expertise, but one thing that I have learned, possibly the only piece of wisdom I've ever learned, is when you're thinking, should I be cutting this? Should I be slicing it? The answer is yes, because it's such a to-do to slice. So I'm going with my instinct here. My gut says slice, I'm slicing. There you go. Now I've got the tiniest little fragment of opal that I can maybe do something with. I have to leave it here so you can see it. Or maybe I won't. Just go stick to my hand forever and go. There it is. Right. So I'm just going to carve this bit off because I was hoping to get all of it. Doesn't matter. But it looks to me like this bit is the bit that's going to be impressing people. So it looks like that's what I'm going to be doing. So there we have it. It's what I'd call a pre-mosaic pattern. They're not quite a mosaic pattern, but not that far off. So very good indeed. Maybe in the end it's going to be, because it's so thin, it's going to be less than a carrot, even though it might be a little bit wider. That's okay. What I'm thinking I've got to do at this point is to dop it. Stop it and dop it is what I'd say. There we go, that is an opal that definitely went hard. So yay, we went hard. What is that, 2 for 2? Have I done another one? No, I haven't done that one. Yeah. 2 for 2. That's unbelievable. So let's do some knobby work now. Knobby, 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 it's a knobby, it's a hobby shop. And that's why I am doing YouTube and not Australia's Got Talent. So here's the knobby. Quite a large one. What I'm going to do is just explore it a little bit. For the time being, we're just going to ask some questions. We're not going to make any statements. We're just asking the question, what do you want to do instead of? So let me just try and get this thing to come a bit further. Sorry about this. There we go. There you are. And then twist it. worse than me. Come on. That'll do. Go harder, go home, water. Oh my goodness, I made it worse. Always something, isn't it? Everything. Good. Slight issue with the screen, that's okay, I can fix that. Sorry, I'm just letting it delay a bit. What was it? Not quite. I presume you can hear Max in the background telling me how much he feels about me. Hopefully that is fixed. Come on, delay. Oh, greater than a 3-second delay, but never mind, skis. Very good. I thought I had this, but it's okay. Sorry, I just got a lovely feeling of moisture, which I do not like. Oh, I see. That'll solve it. Always something. That's alright, if you see this channel, you know there's always something. What I need is an armrest for my arm right here. If it's making one, but I don't think I'll be able to do it right now at this moment. That's okay. Just move the light to here. Everyone will be able to see it. I guess it's clearly now the light is here. Everyone can hear that while is singing. But I don't care what you sing anyway. 'Cause people try, but no, they lift up off. What a lovely song. There's something going on here. You should see this. This could be the dumbest idea since not slicing bread. What have we got? I think we're okay. I think we're okay. I think we're good. In other words, it was not a dumb idea, it was the opposite of a dumb idea. It was so... Oh yeah, get that bread sliced. Now, we have a bit of a dilemma because it's obvious that this opal faces a different way, so let me show you. That's Max, by the way. I'm going to shut the door. Talk to you later, okay? housekeeping here. Got to make sure that the opal juice goes into the container, or else we're in trouble. Okay, so where was I? Ah, yes. So you can see there's actually a shelf here. See a little white piece of potch. So if I was trying to be perfect about it, I would probably cut it from this side. So we'll have a look and see what it looks like on that side. Behave. Opal looking. Water that's going up here. Look at this. Why is it going here? Why is the water going here? Where's it coming from? I think it's just residual water from darker times. Anyway, what I will do is I will just cut the top here and see what it looks like from this angle. If we get ourselves a nice piece of opal from that. Okay, so it looks like it might be better from this side. Let's see, and I'll also, I'm just looking for which way it will angle, which way best. Sorry, right. So if I come ever so slightly this way. Well, that does squiddly dot. Okay, so let's try doing that. Listen, you and I need to have a bit of a chat, water supply, because you're supposed to be helping me, not me just guiding you through all of your little problems in life. Anyway, yeah, so it's getting very interesting. Because the opal itself is not playing ball very easily, so what I'm going to do is just keep faceting it until something happens. Basically, that potchy stuff has to go anyway, so just keep faceting that away. That has to go, and maybe, just maybe, and there, why not? Trying not to be too brutal with the opal, because it's a pretty nice one. You see, if you don't go hard, you may as well go home. It's just one of those things. Now that cut that I just did is not one I'm proud of on the live stream. If I was doing this for a video, I would have edited that one out. Or at least sped it up so you never saw what I did. But hey, you now know. And now I'm doing it back because I'm pretty satisfied with the way the circle is gone, and I just want to make it flat on both sides on whatever surface that I choose to make it into the pad. And I'm probably going to drop it to do the sides because some people like to show their skill, and yep, I do have the skill to make it into a pad. But it's a numbers game. You make the successes work better. If you use the absolute top tools for the job. And me being quite a stubborn, obstinate type of guy, I could have learnt that an awful long time ago, but I didn't. I had to learn it myself. So learn from me, not just because I'm good, I'm not, but because if you learn from me and not be like me, that's probably the best option. But there are other people, there are other Opal channels, they clearly know what they're talking about. Look, when I said let's just clean up all the stuff off the Opal first, that wasn't my idea. That was some other guy. Also, I've gotten a lot of advice from Phil from the Opal News. Great bloke he is. So yep, expertise is there. I'd say I'm pretty good at it now, but like could have been easier. That's okay. Wisdom does not grow on trees. Okay, so there we are. That one went hard. That was a really good knobby. 3 for 3 so far. That's astonishing. Right, let's do another. Oh, here, there's a knobby here. There's a knobby here. Hang on, I'm just doing all knobbies. Which one do you think I should take a bit of a risk on? It's still giving. How is it still giving? Try and find out the mechanism by which it flips. Okay. So there's the water goes to that part. What I can do is I can use a little spacer. I think I got it. I got it. I got it. By Jove, I think you got it. Okay, I'll just quickly do this one, because this is probably going to be the simplest of all of them. You'll know whether we're going hard or home very quickly. By the way, it's a bit belated, but YouTube has officially acknowledged me as having 1,000 subs. Congratulated me. And I'd like to thank you people. Because I doubt I'd do it without you. Quite a tumultuous year. I won't bore you with the details, but friends and loved ones have been getting very sick, and it's been quite stressful. So this is a nice highlight. Okay, so this is turning out almost crystal white. So I've done all of my choices. Maybe this is a life lesson. Go hard or go home. On that topic, yeah, I kind of believe that. Sometimes I describe life as one of those situations where you have the choice of keeping your head down and just ignoring life and just trying to endure it like a little turtle tucked in your shell, or you can stand up and be counted. Problem is, if you stand up and be counted, you realise that the world is moving quite fast and there's a slipstream. So the moment you stand up, your face just gets blasted with 100-mile-an-hour wind. So the next time, if someone's actually trying to stand up and be counted and they seem to be getting knocked down, and go, well, that's normal. That's what happens. But I also think that the only reason why you think you're getting knocked down is because you're not in your shell. So you're watching the obstacle as it comes and hit you in the face. Where previously, you're kind of just tucked away, ducking and weaving, and perhaps not seeing the difficulty, even if you're experiencing it. Because you're going, why is life so bad? Why is bad stuff happening to me? Blom, 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 blom. Okay, so let me have a look and see what can I do with this. I've got to even it up on this side. I've got to angle it a bit. So, there's an interesting thing about that. Yes, I'll put that on the dock now. Where's the dock? Dock of the local. Here's the local. What are we up to? I don't know, because I've got the whole stack of opals here with some pieces. I'm going to have to partition some space because I think I'm 4 for 4. I'm just calling it 4 for 4 and I can continue with all the details. I don't know what opals I'm moving to the side, but I'm moving to the side. But at least I can count the opals that I'm moving. So these are this was time, so when it's the expert to have. Because if I'm doing so well with the work, it's still going to take time. As a statistician, that's poor logic. Each thing that you do has an equal chance. I'm just going to take out of this live stream. And just have a good again. Okay, back to the opal cutting. This is the one that I'm doing now. Once again, beautiful little opal, but lots of sand on the side there. That's a better way to do the sand. So I'm going to carve all the sand away and see what we're left with. Still more. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it along that angle, along that axis. Is this the first of our home goers? I don't think so yet. I don't know where the fragment went, but there is a fragment that's gone somewhere. That could be it there. There's our fragment, I think. Yeah, that looks like it. Alright. We will look at the action replay and see if that's it. Oh, just as an aside, look at this one. This is going to be an absolute smasher. If I can do it, of course. Right. Okay, so what we've got some concavity here. What will we do? we will carve up to the concavity point and see what we can make of it. That's what we're going to do. What I think I'm going to do is I am going to carve that little section off because that will solve the problem, and it's very thin anyway, and there's sand. So, off it goes. So it simplifies the cut so much. You can see now that I've got pretty much a clean stone. Could have even done with more actually. That up there. What I keep saying about opals is this is why they're worth the big bucks, because you've got to carve so much of them off to get that beautiful stone underneath. There's several avenues you could have explored, and maybe this isn't the correct one. In each stone, there's a probability of failure, so it's always going to be like that. Just going to get this piece off. They're certainly a lot smaller, but it's not a go home. It's just a go to the black backing, I suppose, and become a doublet. So I'm going to stop with that one. Not a bad little stone, but I've seen better. I'll just quickly carve that bit of it. Because I think that no matter what, this is not going to be that, amazing stamping stone, so I'm not concerned about grinding it in the powder now. But what I can do is I can dot that and just let it do its thing now. There we go. Just give it another quick push over here because there's a little bit of sand there. That's all I'm going to do. Not a bad stone, just tiny. So we'll call that 4.5 out of 5. Alright, should I do the fun one or should I have a look at these two? Which one should I do? You see, both of these have their challenges and I'm getting tired, so I might not be able to do both of them. So which one should I do? I think this one's the easier of the two, to be honest, so let's do that one. First things first, I will just cut what has to be cut. Now the trouble with this one is it's facing the wrong way. So I need to bring this back a bit, and this is quite a challenge. Bring it back to things. I might just have a look at the back of the shirt just to see what it looks like. Oh, yes, that's why you do that. Check that out. Okay. We are on like Diddy Kong. Here we go. Let me have a look. There's a sneaky suspicion in amongst me that says I should be slicing this stone. I absolutely concur with that suspicion because there is just a line of stuff right in the middle of it and there's no getting around it. Not to mention the fact that it's two-tone at the moment. If I slice it down the middle, you get an opal with one set of properties here. It's probably going to face on this side. You get an opal with another set of properties here. It's going to face on this side. So yeah, that's a no-brainer. But it's also a brave act. So let's try and get this right. Normally I just go zing straight through, but you notice I'm being very cautious. That tells you something about this stone. That one will make its own beautiful gem. Have a look at the side though. This is why it's so hard to decide. If you have a look at the side here, Even with my terrible camera work, you can see that it's just absolutely glimmering away there. Beautiful, beautiful stone. So what I've got to do is just straighten everything out very gently, because now we are hunting carrots. You must be very, very quiet. I'm hunting carrots. Very rarely do I say that, because that's going to get you into a lot of trouble. Not only with copyright people, but if you sit there and try and make the stone as big as possible without paying attention to the quality of the stone, you're doing everything, everyone in the world and the universe in general a disservice. How dramatic was that? Everyone a disservice. So I'm just going to quickly bring that back a bit. So delicate. That is all I'm going to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that now. But that is oh so successful. That's definitely 5 out of 6 for that one. Okay. I'm just giving myself a bit of a back break. Broken back break. Whilst we're doing that, I'm looking at the opals that are sitting here. So I had to lean back whilst I was doing that. This thing's still going. How's it doing? Found it. Right, that was working just a bit. Yeah. This piece I will do later. Actually, I'll just leave it there because it's one of the off-cuts. And I've left other off-cuts there. So what have I got here? This one. I'll leave you to at least look at these other pieces. What I could do is just quickly carve that piece of sand off there. So you can see what it looks like with all of its grandeur. Oops. Okay, look at that. How far does that go? Pretty far. Right, so go homer. Oh no, we can salvage it. We can salvage it. There we go. No, in fact, it's salvaging itself. It knows how it wants to be cut. Okay, if you're not going to do it, I'm going to do it myself. Your little emo stone. Right, so what I've done is I've straightened out the back of it. I've left the front pretty rough, so that's another half up. What I'm going to do really quickly is just burn through this chunk of what looks like wood opal but could be shell. I think it's shell. Oh dear. Okay, because it's in such a bad state, I will actually cut it in half. See what's on the inside of it. That way I can preserve it maybe. This could be our first true go home stone. So that's the bottom half if you still want to retain the shape of the shell. So let's just get rid of all this stuff in the middle here. See if we can salvage something from it. Maybe we can. Just cut itself in half. That's okay, it was pretty much waiting to do that. That's another one I could do too. Yep, just broke it, but use my hands. So we'll leave those bits. I think we've finally got, now we've got a big bit. Let's try and go hard with that. Call it a quarter. It started off pretty huge and now it ends up like this. So, I mean, it's not insubstantial, but it's also quite clear. I'll have to double it. I don't want to spend too much time on it, because there's certainly better fish to fry than this one. Alright, whoop, dropped it. Let it go. There it is. So what I say about this one is it's not quite a go home stone, but it's certainly, you should possibly hang out at a friend's place for a while. So we'll chalk that one up as a failure, I think. Okay. We'll carve into this one. This is another potential go home anyway. So we'll just grab that one. It wants to go home. Maybe I should let it. Here we have the wild knobby opal. It wishes to go home all the time. Buries itself in Lightning Ridge and lies in wait. So what do you reckon? Are they herbivores or predators, these opals? If they're predators, they have to prey on something. So what do they prey on? I think we're drawing a blank with this one. This was our first turtle go home. We're doing so well. Finally, we just pack your stuff, get out of the hotel, go home. It's fine. Yep, we've been completely red carded with that one. Piece of rubbish. Not really a piece of rubbish, but not gem worthy either. Okay, so here's a really interesting one. It's got colour within it. But first things first, I'm just going to try and get rid of all the rough patches. What are we going to do with you? That's still there. Trouble we've got is that I can see a patch of colour, but it's sitting in a patch of non-iridescent colour that I have to remove. There's no two ways about that, so I may end up running out of colour before I run out of colour. Weird thing to say, but I'm pretty certain a lot of opal cutters know what I'm talking about at the very least. So I'm just carving it back from the back to see if I can get it cleaned up a bit and approach it from the other side. I don't think it's letting me. I'm just going to angle it back a bit. See if that helped. Come on, you can do this. Okay, I think we've lost. I think I just carved off all of the colour. It's a shame. It's a nice one. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm always an optimistic bastard, I'm going to just turn it into a cab shape and see if, you know, polishing it up at some point is going to create results. But I think we just lost out on that one. Gonna have a quick look on the outside. Yeah, I think we've lost. That's a shame because it was really starting to look good. And when you do that, you go, I wonder if another opal cutter could have rescued this one. Because maybe it's just the way I did it that did that. And I don't think so, but it's a possibility. I think in order to do this, especially on a live stream, you have to have a certain arrogance that says, I'm the best in the world, blah, blah, blah. Alright, well that's a definite go home there. That's probably go back to your mum's place even. Alright. Let's have a look at this one. Do I want to put that one out there? Let's just, I don't know. No, we're not going to do that one. We're going to go for this one. This is the hardest one that I've got. So, it's a piece of wood opal. It's got a chunk of sand right in the middle, but on the top there, it's got this most amazing iridescent colour. So first things first, I suppose, we've got to bite on that bullet and get rid of that sand. Is that all the sand? No. Bit more. Is that all the sand? Nope. I'm going to have to do some more direct approach. All right. And here she comes out of the gates. What's she going to do? There's a crack in here, but I think I can get rid of it. Maybe not. We'll see. Okay, let's have a look at that. The crack goes all the way through, so I have to literally snap it. So there it goes. That piece can be docked right away. So partial go hard. Let's have a look at the rest of it. Interesting challenge, this one, because I think at the very least it needs to face a different way. There we go. So that's not a spectacular. So maybe it's just a go. Jury's still out on this guy. Oh, can I bring it back? I can. Just with a quick shink here and a quick shink here. How does that change the situation? Oh, it changes it quite interestingly. Oh, this one is a this is definitely the definition of go hard or go home. So what I'm doing is I'm just angling all of the facets up a bit. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to smooth it off at the bottom a bit and leave it, but I'll dot that and it may well come good. So that's a jury's out. It's just a go, but there's two of them, so one of them will probably come good. Do I want to try another one? Let's do this one. I'll show you why. Look at that one. This one is going to be very difficult to get out of its shell, so to speak. It's possibly one of the first opals I ever bought. Carved this section off another bit which was easier to cut. Should I do it again? Maybe. So what I've done is I've cut that little bit off it. Leave that there. Yeah, that's the correct side. So you can sit there and glint away at you. So now all I'm going to do is just flatten out this bottom section here, and then that will be dropped. And all the delicate detail work will be done by the dot stick. But yeah, I think we've won with that one. So when I first got it, when I was a young warthog, not easy to do, but once you get a bit of experience, there you go. Look at that, beautiful little stone. So hard. Oh, I can do one more. Surely, can do one more. Which one shall I do? I'm going to look through some of the other ones which I haven't shown you. Not that one. Do I want to do something truly spectacular, or what do I want to do? What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I'm really having trouble deciding here. I'll show you why in a second, because I've got all of these amazing stones to just look at. They're all quite small, but they're beautiful in their own way. I'll show you the least of them, that one. Then I'll show you this one. No, I won't. Can't see anything in it. Then I'll show you this one, another piece of wood opal. Then I'll show you this one, which is another piece of possibly the same wood opal. And I'll show you this one, which it looks a bit decrepit, but if it wins, it will win big. Finally, this one, I think we'll do this one, because this is one of my old friends and foes, the Minterby stone. There is literally nothing on it at the moment, can't see anything. So what we'll do is we'll try not to explode it. By exploding, if you take off the top and bottom in the wrong way, then it'll shatter. Because there's a lot of tension within these stones. They're very hard, they're very brittle. So let's give this one a little bit of love. Tiniest amount of love on the back, because this is a dark back. And I wouldn't mind keeping some kind of darkness to the stone. Right. Give it a little bit more, because there's no point in cutting it unless you're prepared to get rid of all the instability. Right, so instantly I can see cutting through that layers has created a very two-tone kind of stone. That does not necessarily mean I am going to cut it in the middle, but we'll see. Now the people who love to cut the Minterby stones, they always say, oh, I hope I've got a fossil here. The problem being that no paleontologist has ever said, whoop, that's a fossil to them. But I'm going to go out on a limb. And I do have a PhD in a related science. It's not exactly paleontology. But I would say that all opal is actually some kind of fossil. Because it's essentially a cast made in a void. So if these Minterby guys want to think that this is a fossil, they sure can, because I think it is. Sadly, it's probably a fossil of something that's not particularly dramatic. No Allosauruses, no T-Rex, no Brontosaurus. Probably slime mold. Better than nothing. Imagine sitting there in the museum and going, I am a Tyrannosaurus fossil and I eat things and I'm big and I roar. Oh yeah, well I'm that little thing with the frill in Jurassic Park that spits poison into Dennis Nedry's face. You didn't see the magic. Ah! Oh yeah, well I am a living fossil. I've just been found in Wollomar National Park. What are you? I'm a slime mold. Yeah, you wouldn't want to be that. And I think this is also a go home. Can't see nothing. Oh well, can't even see anything on the sides. Just a whole lot of nothing. Okay. Oh well. Alright. This is our final hurrah. Let's see what this one does. There's a little bit of interest poking through the sides. That's all I can tell you about it. Looks like the remains of Witch's Hat Nobby. It's probably been squished a little bit more than your average Nobby, which means it's a bit more hopeful, because Nobbies usually don't have anything within them. Unless they've been squished, in which case the opal kind of gets organised by the squishy. So I can see an awful lot of sand in there. Is it going to normally maybe cut it in half, but there's nothing to lose by doing this way. Now there is. Thanks. So I'll just delay that decision for a second and just carefully I don't think there's anything lost. I'm just cutting into the sand now. Quite a deep incursion into the sand, so I think nothing can be done there. I'm just going to have to cut it off. And I think what I'll do is I'll continue along the line, so I've got a good piece of opal both sides. Like a good piece of opal, tiny little piece. Okay, let's have a look. What I have done by that is I've actually preserved some thickness should I have to reface it, which is, I'm going to say that I planned to do that. I didn't. But, you know, if you hear about this amazing opal that Dr. Phil cut, you go, oh yeah, I was there. He was just employing all of his genius and we were endorsing it the entire time. Because we knew what we were talking about and we knew he was doing the good thing, and like we all knew it. We all knew. We were all cutting together. We are not going to say, and I repeat, we are not going to say this was a fluke. Okay? You are now sworn by the seal of the opal cutters. Probably like 3 people on here at the moment. Yeah. 3 people sworn by the seal of the opal cutters. Oh dear. I think that's a pretty good way to keep a secret, just not tell anyone. Like and subscribe. Comment. Okay. So that one was not as fun as I thought it was going to be. You know, can't win them all. The beginning few are absolutely stupendous. Sorry if you didn't see that at the beginning, guys. So that's a go maybe. Do I have one more within me? I think I do. Let me have a look. Just trying to find a nice stone, you know, just something to hang my hat on at the end of a long day. Okay, so this is another one. This is a piece of seam opal. Looks pretty nondescript, but sometimes these guys can just, oh, there it is. Oh yeah. Now let's have a look. Is that? I think it is. That might have to come off. That edge there. That's okay. Okay, so what I'm doing at the moment is just testing this little white patch on here. Hopefully, there we go. Yeah, I can just knock it off from the side, I reckon. It's a bit wasteful, but usually I'm not wasteful with my opal, so I think I can handle it just this once, and then I have to carve it from the side here. So I think that one will end up being quite a nice one. Alright, I think I should call it a day with that. Oh, my back. And I should also figure out how to stop from hurting my back, probably. OH&S being what it is. Oh, there we go. So that was probably one of my first live streams in which I was able to pretty much get into it without much of a trouble. Okay, let me try that. Hello, hello, hello. Oh man, it's just a piece of stuff there. There we go. Hello, still not working. How's that? Is that better? Yeah. No, I can see that my internet's doing its usual thing. Right, birdies, how are we? We'll first have a look at the pony. Hello, pony. How you doing? Hello. That is Max, believe it or not. Max is very keen to have some interaction now. Do you want to scratch? Hang on. That's right, I've got you. There we go. Hang on. Here we go. Up we go. There we go. Is that better? Yeah, wild pigeon now doesn't mind being handled too much. There you go. Whoop. No? Do you want to scratch or don't you? Tell me, do you want to scratch? Yeah, you do. There you go. There you go. We still haven't quite got the rhythm of scratching a pigeon. All right, hello. Look at Max, absolutely anxious to get in there. Is that? Let me see if I can save that. How's that? Oh, that's better. Bit of opal dust mix. That's Max with his cute noises. 1:15 is the time. That's not too bad. Giving Loki a bit of a scratch because she gets jealous, as all else. Hello. Got to change his water. Got to do his cage as well today. You want to scratch, do you? Want to scratch? See that? He likes putting his head onto the piece of timber there. He's resting it on there as he gets his feathers scratched. Because the natural inclination, I don't know what it is, but if you scratch the top of their head will just naturally drop down, and there's not much they can do about it. They just keep dropping their head. So if they're against something nice and solid, it's good. Loki grabs the bars. Did that hurt? Sorry, mate. There's a bit of a molt still going on here. I don't know if that is a natural molting time though. Because what is it? It's May, isn't it? And if you're on the other side of the ditch going into America, well, that makes sense because it's going into the summertime, but not here, it's going into the winter. If you're wondering how that is, sometimes people do ask that question. I was over in America and they said, over in Nebraska, they said, oh, I hear that you have Christmas in the summertime. And I'm like, well, yeah, we do. And somebody said very innocently, well, why don't you move it to December like everybody else? When you ask a question like that, you're like, too hard. I mean, it's simple to answer, but it's also too hard to answer. And if you haven't actually considered that question, it might be reasonable to you. But I've always been used to looking at American programming and UK programming and all that sort of stuff on the TV. And whenever it's summer over here, it's winter over there and vice versa. So I suppose some people are just not used to thinking of the world that way. I suppose sometimes summer and winter is like the feet and inches of seasons. I suppose the autumn is called the fall in the United States, isn't it? There we go. I'm going to leave that up. You can come out if you want. Now, Becky might not want to come out with Max doing all of his things, but he might want to use me as protection. Hey, Loki. When I hang up the phone on this live stream, I will be doing some cage cleaning. It's not going to be all that fun, but necessary. If you look after birds, you have to pay the price. What have you found, Max? Oh. So these things are called grevilleas that he's eating. I think I did them in one of my Food for Birds series. So, no, they're all been chewed up. Can't see them. Do you want this one, mate? Here. There you go. Oh, sorry. So there you go. I hit a pin feather. I'm so sorry, Loki. So not all pins. I'm just going to check for bleeding, just in case I did a really bad one. So yeah, if you're confused as to what I meant when I said I hit a pin feather, you can hit a pin feather that's ready to be done, and you can hit a pin feather that's not ready to be done. If you hit one that's not ready, it hurts them, like you just saw. Oh, you poor thing. Yeah, she still trusts me. I don't know why. Because I'm the worst at this. The kids are great at it. They can always get those pins and they will never hurt the bird. Me, I sometimes just accidentally get the wrong one and bam. Ow. Doesn't do them any permanent damage. Maybe some psychological damage. Probably doesn't hurt to not trust humans. Oh, is that the same one? Far out. I don't know. So I'm just going to have a look at it, mate. Gee. Haven't been doing well, have I? Why do you still like me, huh? I'll do a series on biting because a lot of the time when people bite, well, when birds bite, when people bite, they're hungry, I suppose, or crazy. Birds bite, however, there's usually a reason. And you just saw one of the reasons. If you're sitting there scratching them and hit someplace uncomfortable, well, they'll usually bite back. These birds are really good. Even Max has become pretty good at restraining himself when he's being scratched and she's being scratched, when they're all being scratched. They're good at restraining themselves. They're good at just keeping things non-violent. But sometimes with Loki, let's see if we can get this happening. Do you want to? Yeah. So she will do that. That's called beaking. That's not biting. Let's do it again. There you go. So that's just basically kind of like co-preening, except they explore their environment with their beaks, just like children explore their environment with their mouths sometimes. Beaks are super sensitive, tongue's super sensitive. Having said that, the beak needs to be constantly worked, and they love getting their beaks scratched. But this is the ultimate display in trust, because what you're doing by doing that is you're gripping and doing damage to their primary weapon. If they don't have that, they are defenseless. We don't know what it's like to truly fear the wild. Some people go lions and tigers and bears. Oh my. But we are apex predators. No shadow of a doubt. There's very little that we have to fear, realistically. Going out late at night, maybe there'll be a gang. But what is that? That's more apex predators that are us. So, we're very rarely looking at being taken down by some creature. Even in Australia, when the joke is Australia's out there to kill you. Let's have a look at that. See how she's scratching? She's got an itchy foot. That's a problem. She's had an itchy foot for a while, and I worry. Ow! There's a bite for you. That was more of a beak, really. She's saying enough of that. So, if we're doing stuff like that, I tolerate being bitten like that because it's not really a bite, it's a communication. It's communication of... Having said that, if I do that wrong, she will bite me harder. Another one. Oh, gee. All right. Oh, hello. Whoops. Whoops, down. I've got to translate that. And I've got to find the live thing. And where's me? Sorry about this. Your channel. There we go. All right. No. Oh no. It's just, do you like dogs? I thought there was something that needed to be translated there. Never mind. Hey Max. It's okay. You trying to scratch? All right, and on that note, and on the wonderful concept of cleaning up after them, I'm going to end this live stream. My back is sore and the cages are dirty, so yay. I'll rest my back and fix the cages. So everybody, have a lovely, lovely afternoon or evening or morning or whatever it's going to be now. And all I have to say now is, hey, Dr. Phil out.